Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, however you may be doing, welcome to MRH High School. We've got two girls volleyball matchups for you today between the Hancock Tigers and the MRH Blue Devils. This is the second match of the season for both MRH and Hancock. We will have the JV contests first, and then we will go directly into the varsity. All of this is going to be on this same stream here on YouTube. Be sure to stay here, stay tuned, because we're going to have some awesome volleyball action for you. My name is Michael Langston. I'm going to be alongside a crew of Eliza Eggers and Mr. John Redden. Hancock will be on the far side or the right side of your screen in the blue tops and the serve, and we are underway. That one will stay in, and Hancock will pick up the first point here of the JV contest. Again, like I said, Hancock is going to be on the right side or far side of your screen with the blue tops and black bottoms. MRH on the left in the white with the black bottoms for the JV contest. It's a serve by MRH there to Hancock's libero, and they're able to get it back over, but it will go out of bounds, and Maplewood gets back on top 2-1. The serve by Maplewood does go over. Tried to set up for a spike there. It didn't really work out. Hancock will lose another point as they tried to bump it over on kind of a save play there, and it didn't go. And now Maplewood again with the serve. It goes over, and Hancock just kind of tries to tap it back over the net, and that doesn't work either. 4-1 Blue Devils. Maplewood with the serve again, and again, another defensive woe for the Tigers. 5-1 MRH. As we're just getting going here in the first set of the JV contest between the Tigers and MRH. As the serve goes over, and that one will end up as an ace for MRH. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here on YouTube. Of course, because of COVID precautions, we are not allowed to have fans in the stands here at MRH, but still, it's great to see y'all in the chat on YouTube as that one goes over, and they had 4 bumps. You're only allowed to touch it 3 times before it has to go back over the net as Hancock calls timeout. Some defensive woes to start off for the Tigers. MRH doing A-OK so far. Of course, the MRH Blue Devils JV squad is coached by Amber Jordan. She's got a new coach in there, Coach Nobi, in her first season of JV coaching work. And then looking on from beyond the scorers table, that's Cheryl Carmen. She is the coach for the varsity program for MRH. Like we said, after this, we are going to have the varsity matchup between the Tigers and the Blue Devils. Both of those teams 1-0. And the JV team for MRH on Friday beat up on their rivals, Brentwood, winning in 2 straight sets. As that serve goes over, and it's going to end up as another ace as the libero couldn't handle it. MRH with 8 straight points after Hancock got the first, but now Hancock finally will get on the board. I think I jinxed myself there a little bit. 8-2 now. Hancock with their first serve in a while. Coming after the timeout. That serve, it's a bit of a knuckler. MRH with 2 bumps and a third, and they will get it back over. Hancock to play it. 2 bumps with the set in the middle, and MRH has it again. They will try to corral it, but defensively, they are unable to. And that was one of the keys for MRH going into these 2 games today. Coach Carmen talking about how defensively they're a bit weak right now, but they've been working on it in practice ever since they played Brentwood. They had a weekend practice. Been working on that as Hancock will give up the point. 9-3 now for the Blue Devils in the lead. That serve goes over, and it hits kind of an odd angle there on the bump, and Maplewood will pick up another point. Remember, in volleyball, you play a set number of sets. For JV, it's best 2 out of 3. For varsity, it's best 3 out of 5. That serve will go under the net. Hancock will pick up another point. And the libero for Hancock will be coming off. MRH deciding not to use a libero here in the JV game, but for varsity, MRH does have a libero as that serve goes over the net. Got 3 bumps, and it's back over to Hancock. Set up for a spike. Instead, it's bumped, and it goes way out of bounds. Blue Devils pick up the point. It is 11-4 here in the first set. MRH ready again. The serve goes over, and it just barely gets out on the spin. Kind of a weird left to right spin on that one, and it just went out of bounds. So Hancock will pick up the point. It is 11-5. The libero will be checking back in for the Tigers. Tigers, this is going to be their first road game of the season as that serve goes over. The bump unable to be corralled, and the Tigers will pick up another point. It's their first road game of the season. They played against Hancock. Hancock played against Crossroads, back on Friday. They won in 5 sets after going down in the first 2, so they won 3 straight. As that hard serve goes right into the net, and MRH will pick up the point. 12-6 now. As Maplewood goes with the serve. It's bumped by the libero. And Hancock just unable to save it as that third bump was blocked by the net itself. Maplewood with the serve again. Hancock tries to set it up, but it goes off the ceiling, and the Blue Devils will pick up the point. This was a bit of an issue in the game for MRH back on Friday. For both teams, the rafters and the tarp that you've got hanging over the ceiling, as that one is double hit as they try to set up for a spike on the serve, and the Blue Devils pick up the point. The rafters, and we have a dividing tarp hanging from the ceiling here in MRH High School gym, as that serve will go over. And the Tigers set up for a spike, but instead they'll bump it quickly. And a bit of a defensive miscommunication for MRH, and the Tigers will pick up the point. And with that stuff hanging from the ceiling, sometimes you'll have a play where the ball takes a weird angle coming off of a rafter and might screw something up if you're trying to set up for a bump or a spike. And now Hancock will have the serve. Two bumps by MRH will set up a third that tries to go over. Sometimes those angles off of those bumps, they just kind of hit you a little different, and you're not really able necessarily to corral it just in time. That's what happened there for Maplewood as Hancock has the serve again. Two bumps, then a third, and it goes over the net. The libero for Hancock corrals it, and a spike there for the Tigers. That was bumped almost back over, but it couldn't go. You'll see that too sometimes, where players just looking in their peripheral, they will see the net. They're not 100% sure where that is in relative to them, and you'll have that kind of problem there as Hancock serves and three bumps, and it's back over to him. The attempted set there was not able to fully be corralled. It kind of hit off of her a little weird. And so Maplewood will pick up the point 16-9 here in the first JV set between the Hancock Tigers and MRH Blue Devils. That serve will go out of bounds. 16-10 now as the libero checks out and then checks back in to get a different spot in the serving rotation for Hancock. Looks like the referees are making sure that the rotation is in the right spot for Hancock. As that spike is sent over by the libero for the Tigers, and Maplewood's unable to corral it. Tigers will get the point, 16-11. We go to 25 in these first couple sets. If push comes to shove and we go to a winner-take-all set, it goes to 15. We saw that happen with MRH against Brentwood on Friday, and then Hancock with them, as that one is way too hard of a serve and it goes out for a Blue Devil point. We saw that with Hancock at Crossroads on Friday as well. But because you have to win by 2 in volleyball, they ended up going to 26 points. That's what it took to get them that 5th set win. As that serve by the Blue Devils goes under the net, it will be 17-12 now. Hancock puts it over, and MRH will try to bump it and save a point. They will not. Hancock ends up with the ace. This one's getting a bit closer now. It's 17-13 here in the first set of the JV match. After this, we're going to have varsity between the Tigers and Blue Devils, as that serve will go over, and that will be another ace. 2 straight for Hancock. This time there's going to be a sub for MRH. Coming onto the court will be number 6, Ellen Powell. Ellen's older brother, Ethan, serving in our armed forces in the United States Army out in California. As Maplewood's able to corral the serve and get it back over, Hancock will try and play it. They'll bump and set and get it back over for the Blue Devils. And a spike there for MRH. Good dig, but that one will hit off the top of the rafters, take a weird angle, and hit the court. Blue Devils will pick up a point. We've got a serve there that just nicks the top of the net and goes over. Hancock will play it for the Blue Devils. A diving play there. Good little fake set to get it over. Hancock bumps it back. Powell with the save. 3 bumps. We got a good volley going here. Hancock puts it back over on a little sneak play, but that one just goes over and just goes out. And the Tigers will pick up the point. It's going to be a sub here for Hancock. As they get ready to serve it back over to the Blue Devils. 3-point game now. Serve goes over, and that one will go for an ace for the Tigers. A lot of aces early on for Hancock in this JV matchup. It's only the first set. We'll play best of 3 for this. And then afterwards for varsity, it should be a best of 5 as the serve goes over. And again, another ace for the Tigers. I think I counted 4 in about their past 5 serves. Bit of a knuckler serve goes over, not as hard. MRH will spike it. Good dig there by the libero to save. Hancock will try to get it back over on a bump. Bit of an overhead bump, but it will not go. The Blue Devils end that Hancock run. And with that, MRH will make a sub. Ellen Powell heading back to the bench to grab a breather. Blue Devils with the serve. It goes over. Hancock bumps it twice to send it over. MRH has it. Lack of communication there on offense leads to another Tiger point. And now, what once was a 8-1 lead to start off has shrank to a 19-18 1-point lead for the Blue Devils. Hancock with it. The overhand serve will go over the net. MRH is able to save it on a bit of a diving bump there, and no one can get there for Hancock. Take that 1-point lead MRH just had and double it. 20-18 for the Blue Devils. MRH with the serve now. It will go over, and the bump looks like it kind of catches the inside of the bicep of the player trying to save it and kind of nicked her in the chin too a bit. It falls to the ground for an ace. MRH regains their lead up to 3. This next serve here does go over. A bit of a lack of communication, but they're able to bump it over. And a lack of communication on the other side of the net is what kills that point for the Blue Devils. Looked like there you had Acreage calling for the ball. And now Hancock will serve. Kind of hit it a bit on the inside of her hand, gave it a weird spin, just didn't have enough power behind it, and with that, the Tigers will give up the point. Back to 3-point lead for MRH. That one goes over the net on the overhand serve. They're able to use a couple sets to get it over, and it will be good enough. They get it right in the middle of no man's land. No one is there. Hancock picks up the point. And they're staying in it. It's back and forth contest here in this first set of girls volleyball action at MRH High School between the Hancock Tigers and MRH Blue Devils. We'll have varsity coming up after this, but first, we've got a best-of-3 contest right now for JV. Hancock will serve it. Overhand serve. Just stays in. 3 bumps, and they're able to save it. Hancock with it now. They'll put it back over. MRH trying to get a good volley here. Winding up for the spike. Just didn't have enough behind it, though. And that one will go to the Tigers. Overhand serve there, and Maplewood trying to corral it. 2 bumps and a spike over, and it will stay in. Hancock plays, but they're unable to keep the volley going, and the Blue Devils pick up a point. They are 2 away from winning this first set. That serve, just barely misses going over the net. Sometimes you'll have a serve where it kind of nicks the top of the net and goes over. This ball hit the white top of that net almost like it was going to go over, but it didn't. And with that, the libero will check in for the Tigers to do this next service. MRH has the 1-point lead. Remember, in volleyball, you have to win by 2, and we're going up to 25. As that will go down as an ace. MRH just kind of sitting there a bit frozen on it. Now it's 23-23. We're going to 25 at least. We might end up going to 26 as that one will go out for another ace, and a timeout has been called by the Blue Devils with the Tigers at match point for this first set of the contest. Again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in here on the MRH Volleyball YouTube channel. I'm Michael Langston alongside my crew of Eliza Agers and Mr. John Redden. Anytime there's going to be a home game here for MRH, we will be bringing you the action here on YouTube. Due to COVID protocols, we don't want to put anyone at risk, so no fans, but don't worry, we got you covered here on the wonderful internet. That timeout will end. Hancock is going to have the serve coming out of it. Hancock picks up a point here. They will win this match as that buzzer goes off. Hancock picks up the point here. MRH is going to have to win 2 straight to win this JV contest. That serve goes over, and MRH will not be able to save it. And just like that, the JV squad for Hancock will win its first set of this contest. we'll have at least one more, possibly another, depending on whether or not the Blue Devils can win the second set. Going to see the varsity teams now heading out to the hallways to go get their stretches started. We're going to take a breather here on the MRH Volleyball YouTube channel. We'll be back in time for the second set, so just stay tuned. And we're back here at MRH High School for JV volleyball action between the Hancock Tigers and MRH Blue Devils. Because of COVID protocols, if you've seen volleyball before, you might be wondering, why aren't they switching sides? It's because of COVID protocols. We want to make sure everyone's staying safe, staying as socially distant as possible as you can with the current atmosphere around sports. So, with that, MRH will stay here on this near left side, wearing the white jersey tops with the black bottoms. Hancock will continue to be on the right or far side of your screen, as that first serve will go over, and it's an ace for the Blue Devils, which is a great way to start it off. Like I was saying, Hancock on the right or far side of your screen with the blue tops, kind of the yellow lettering on them, and black bottoms. So MRH will get that ball over, but it just barely goes out after nicking the top of the net, and the Tigers pick up their first point of the contest, 1-1 in the second set. If you're just joining us, we're in the middle of the JV contest. We'll have varsity right after this. Hancock winning the first set by 2 points, 23-25. That serve goes over. Was saved a bit there by Minnie Durham, but a bit of miscommunication lets it fall in the middle, and it's 2-1 now, Hancock. Ball goes over, and it will go for an ace for the Tigers, and that was something that we saw a lot of in the first set. Hancock at one point, 4 of 5 serves, as they were in the teens of their scoring, went for aces. It's another serve there. Durham is able to save it. Miscommunication on the bump, but it does go over. Hancock will spike it to get it back. Durham saves it. Powell tries to get it up against the net. But the way the ball kind of hit off of the net there, unable to do it, and now the Tigers are getting out to a 4-1 lead. Service by Hancock. Durham lets it go, and it falls in the middle. 5-1. Some communication woes going on early here in this second set for the Blue Devils. That was something that Coach Carmen talked about in her pregame interview with me. She said that she wants, as these games go on for JV and varsity, as that serve will go out of bounds, it will be an MRH point. She wants to work on the defense. She thinks out of the gate the offense is incredibly strong for the Blue Devils, but right now she wants to make sure that their defense, they start communicating better, they start playing a little bit better on that. As this game goes along, as the season goes along, as MRH with the serve, and Hancock is able to get it back over. 2 bumps and a third will get it over for the Blue Devils, and that's good enough as it goes right into no man's land. The libero is unable to save it. MRH getting back in it a little bit here early on in the second set. The overhand serve goes over. Quick little 2 hits. It goes back and forth. Maybe a bit of a misread there on the ball going back towards the net. MRH is unable to save it. Hancock will get the point. And now Hancock will sub in a new player as they get ready to serve theirs. Libero still in for the Tigers. They played their home games at the famous Hancock Tiger Dome down in South City. That serve goes over, and they try a little soft spike to get it over. Just put your hand up there, kind of flick it over the net. The ball kind of danced a little bit up in the air. MRH unable to grab that point. 7-3 now for the Tigers, as that is a really hard serve. That's a nice, clean ace for Hancock. Bringing you live girls JV volleyball action from MRH High School between the Blue Devils and the Hancock Tigers, as that one will go for another ace for Hancock. Had a lot of aces last set. Now they're getting a lot in this one as well. Helped them get back into the lead last time. Now it might do that for them here and win that second set. Powell is bumping it over the net now as Hancock tries to do something with it. Bit of miscommunication, bit of weird angles on those bumps, and the Blue Devils will come away with the point. MRH now with the serve. It will be Ellen Powell. She puts it over the net. Hancock with some miscommunication there, bumping into each other instead of bumping the ball. And MRH will pick up another one, shrinking the Tiger lead back down to 4, 9-5, the famous Dolly Parton song, as that serve by Powell isn't able to go over the net. Now 10-5 Hancock. If you're a bit younger, you're wondering, what is Dolly Parton 9-5? You're just missing out, I'll tell you that, as that serve goes over, and MRH is unable to get it back over to Hancock's side. They had 2 really good bumps, but just a bit of miscommunication. Hancock now with it. The serve goes over. Durham trying to do something with it. It gets saved, but the referees will call it out on the far side. And Hancock will pick up the point as we go into a Blue Devil timeout. So on that last play, it might be a little bit hard to see just because of the fact that it's so skinny out there on the net. You have 2 poles. They're little itty-bitty plastic poles that are striped red and white, and they're kind of right on the out-of-bounds line for the long lines on the far side and the near side. On that last play, if the ball goes over the net on the out-of-bounds side of that pole, it is considered out of bounds. Similar to how if you would hit a ball from inbounds and it was to land out of bounds, it would be considered out of bounds. So on that last play, the Blue Devils were able to get it over the net, but it was on the other side of that pole, which is how Hancock came away with that point. And now as we're out of the timeout, it is 12-5 Tigers, and they have the serve. That one will not be able to go over the net. And now the Blue Devils will take it. Their deficit is 6. And now it's right back up to 7 as they're unable to get the serve to go back over the net. The libero for the Tigers checks back in. The libero for Hancock is wearing the gray top with the pants bottoms for the Tigers, as that one will go for an ace. Another one for Hancock. Meanwhile, MRH not utilizing a libero in the JV contest, though we know that Coach Carmen, for her varsity games, really likes to use a libero, as that serve really hard, but just a little bit too much spin on it. It will go out 14-7 now for Hancock. Here in the second set of the JV contest between these two teams. Underhand serve will stay in. Hancock tries to bump it over. Instead, they almost decapitate Coach Carmen over there on the sidelines, and MRH picks up the point. Served there by the Blue Devils. Hancock with a bump, a set, and a spike. Powell trying to save it. A third bump there, just not enough mustard on it to get it back over the net. Though a really good job there of trying to save that. Trying to get the volley going, just trying to get it back over the net for MRH. Hancock now with the serve once again. She'll let it drop. She'll get one more try. Serve there. Powell with the first bump. She will bump it, and it just goes back over. The putback attempt goes right into the net, and the Blue Devils will pick up the point. And have a sub here for the Tigers as MRH readies themselves to serve. Minnie Durham with it. She will slap it overhand, and the Tigers will play it. 3 people converge on it, trying to set it over the net. That will not work. It will land on the ground, and Maplewood once again with the serve. Durham hits it hard overhand, and it goes over. Except, looks as though they will call a net violation on MRH. And with that, Hancock takes over again. 16-10, the Tigers on top here in the second set. They won the first set by 2, 25-23. JV, if I'm not mistaken, we play a best of 3. Varsity later, we'll play a best of 5, as that one goes over the head of Durham for an ace. Yet another one here by the Tigers JV squad. 17-10 now. Blue Devils have led this set once when it was 1-0. As that one will go out on the serve. And MRH is able to get a point back. Michael Langston here bringing the action. Our crew, Eliza Agers and Mr. John Redden, as that serve goes over. The bumps will put it back. Powell bumps it back over for the Tigers, but that one will go out. Good read there by Hancock to recognize where that ball was going. And now they'll extend their lead back up to 7 here in the second set. Remember, we got Varsity starting after this. It was supposed to be scheduled for a 5 p.m. start. We'll probably get started a little later than that, as that serve will go for another ace. And the Tigers, once again, Serving it, Durham is able to bump it. Then Powell. And a third bump will get it over. Hancock to play it. They'll try to bump it. But it takes a weird angle and a weird spin. It goes into the net. The Blue Devils now down 7 once again, 19-12. Remember, we played at 25. That one will go out. Lead for the Tigers back up to 8. Hancock will make a serve, or a substitution before the next serve, which they also own. Bit of a knuckler going over the net, but it's straight. Blue Devils with 2 bumps, and the spike by Powell just isn't able to stay in that much. 9-point lead now for the Tigers. 4 points away from winning. Now keep in mind, the last time the Hancock Tigers varsity squad was able to beat the Blue Devils, well, you got to go back to September of 2016. The last time the Tigers were able to beat MRH's, that serve will go under the net and out of bounds anyway. And with that, the Blue Devils will pick up a point, but they will, looks like, make a couple substitutions here. Coming in will be Kayla Brooks and Lydia Sabbath. As Powell will serve it for the Blue Devils, it goes over. Hancock bumps it back. Powell plays it. The bump goes back over. A lot of play real close to the net, and a weird spike will end up actually helping the Tigers. They'll take the point. Libero checks out for Hancock. As MRH readies themselves for the serve from the Tigers. Tigers just making sure they got their positioning right there as they ready themselves for the serve. It's an overhand slapper, but it goes right into the net. Blue Devils pick up a point. 8-point lead now for Hancock. As Avery Swift for MRH will get ready to serve. But instead, a timeout will be called. Looks like it's Hancock that called the timeout. We're going to have a lot of volleyball action this week for the MRH Blue Devils. We've got the varsity match coming up after this against these very same Hancock Tigers. That one a best of 5. And then Thursday and Friday, we're also going to have volleyball. You've got Crossroads and Bayless. Crossroads, the game on Thursday, 4:30 for JV, 5:30 start time for varsity for the Blue Devils. And then on Friday, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening against Bayless. Hancock, meanwhile, after this, they're heading back to the Tiger Dome. They'll play Valmeyer on Thursday, 5 o'clock. As that's served by MRH. Will be played by Hancock. It goes back over. Blue Devils scrambling. They'll get it back over the net, but a little bit too much strength behind that hit. And the Tigers now 2 points away. Tigers readying themselves. And the serve, it's a hard one that can't be corralled by MRH, goes right into the wall. 10-point lead for the Tigers there at match point. One more, and this JV contest will be over. The varsity team, some of them come out of the locker room as that serve goes over for Hancock. 2 bumps will go right into the wall. And with that, The Hancock Tigers win the 2 JV sets. They win the JV match. (25-14) was the final in the second set. The first set, of course, the final was 25-23. We've got Varsity coming up after this. They are going to get their warm-ups in. They've got about 16 minutes or so to do that after the captain's meeting and stretches. I'm Michael Langston. The crew alongside me for today, Eliza Agers and Mr. John Redden. We will be back bringing you the varsity contest in just a little bit. So stick around here on the MRH Volleyball YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, however you may be doing, welcome to MRH High School for girls volleyball action here today. We've got the Hancock Tigers against the MRH Blue Devils, both of them playing in their second matches of the season. Starting lineups for these squads. For the Blue Devils, number 15, Tegan Dodd. Number 8, Amber Day. Number 3, the libero will be Rachel Dickens. Chloe Moreland will be wearing number 4. Addie Nevins, number 6. Helena Roberts, number 7. And Abby Stone, number 10. Hancock with the serve, and we are underway. 2 bumps in a set, and it goes over for the Blue Devils. Hancock, though, will spike it. It will go out of bounds. MRH will pick up the first point. For the Hancock Tigers, they will have Deja Haynes, Deanna Haynes, Paris Hunter, Brooklyn, Alvernia. As that one will go out for an ace. Megan Smith and Lindsay Kirkendall. That for the Hancock Tigers, who are on the far side of the gym. MRH here on the near side as that serve goes over. A little bit of back and forth action there. MRH trying to settle it for a volley. Dog goes up. Fakes the big spike, instead just gets it over. Dog bumps to play it. Stone will spike it. It goes over. Hancock able to try and corral it. They try a little putback action there. It does not go. The Blue Devils pick up the point. MRH here on the near side. They serve. Those bumps by Hancock lead into a short spike. Trying to set it up there for Daw, but bit of miscommunication. That one will drop down. Helena Roberts there. Just missing out as the libero, Rachel Dickens, will come back in for the Blue Devils. MRH here on the near side with the blue tops, white stripes down the side with the black bottoms. Hancock on the far side. All blue tops with yellow lettering and black bottoms. As Dickens tries to bump it back over, but not strong enough. Might be able to hear Coach Carmen yelling out some instructions for her players, the MRH coach. That's a hard serve there by the Tigers. It goes right into the net. These two teams, they are rivals. They love playing here at MRH High School and also at Hancock's home, the Tiger Dome, down in South City, as that one is served by the Blue Devils. Will be 3 bumps for the Tigers, and they just don't have enough oomph behind it to get that third one over the net. Blue Devils pick up the point, and it is quickly a 5-2 contest here in the first set of this varsity matchup. We will play a best of 5 for varsity. First 4 sets will go to 25 as that bump there by the libero, Rachel Dickens, ends up on top of the pipes that are holding up the suspended basketball hoops, but it will drop out of bounds, and now Hancock with the serve. It's a hard knuckler that finds no man's land for an ace. Hancock and MRH playing each other a ton. This is a conference matchup between these two. And that serve results in 3 straight bumps to get it back over the net. They will call it out of bounds, and that will be Hancock's point when it looked really close there to being in. Of course, our line judges, 1 bench player from each side, and they will call that one in for Hancock, and they take their first lead of the contest, 6-5. Michael Langston here bringing you this girls volleyball action. Our crew today, Eliza Eggers and Mr. John Redden. That serve goes into the net, and we're back tied again at 6. Moving real quick here, we got a lot of quick action for this first contest as MRH serves. 3 straight bumps to get it back over for the Blue Devils. And they'll try to set up Daw for the spike. She decides to play it conservative and bump it. Hancock sets up for the spike. They will spike it. And they will call it out of bounds. From our vantage point right here where we're at, you can clearly see that one probably about an inch or 2 out of bounds. Sometimes they move just so quick, though, the line judge might not pick it up. And in that case, line judge might have had a little bit trouble with it as the serve doesn't go for the Blue Devils. We're tied again, this time at 7. Tigers with the serve. That one kind of hits weird. Blue Devils take it again as the libero Rachel Dickens will check out. And Tegendahl will serve. Overhand goes over. A bump in 2 sets, and it's back over for the Blue Devils. They can't handle it. And now Hancock ties it again, 8-8. Real back and forth contest. This is what we saw in those first couple sets when the Blue Devils played against their arch rivals Brentwood on Friday. MRH was able to come away with the win in 5 sets. As that one goes into the net, it will be MRH's point. Hancock, too, playing a real good back-and-forth contest against Crossroads in their last game. That was a game at the Tiger Dome where it went a full 5 sets. They won 3 straight after dropping 2. With that, the serve goes over. You had a spike there. And now they lined it up for Stone, who instead sets it over. Now Hancock is playing it. But instead, they will give the point to MRH. They're calling a double hit on the Tigers. Blue Devil lead now up to 2. One goes over the net on the serve for MRH. The Tigers will bump it back. 2 bumps and a third will get it back over. Hancock tries to play it. A one-handed attempt at the bump there doesn't go for Helena Roberts. And now Hancock is able to crunch that lead back down to 1. Talking with Coach Carmen before the match today, she said the number one thing the Blue Devils need to focus on for this week, because they have a lot of matchups, is that one will stay in for an ace for Hancock. Said the Blue Devils really need to focus on their defense. That offensively they're doing very well, but defense they definitely want to get better, as they have 3 key conference matchups here in the span of 5 days. This being the first one. A miscommunication there on offense will result in another point for the Tigers. 11-10 the score here in the first set. That serve will go for an ace for the Tigers. They'll take the 2-point lead. We said this is a big rivalry between these two teams. MRH won the last 8 straight contests. As that serve is unable to be corralled by Maplewood, it goes out. Hancock will take the 3-point lead. Last time that Hancock won against MRH, well, you got to go back to October 4th, 2016. That was at the Tiger Dome. The last time the Blue Devils lost to the Tigers here at MRH High School, you got to go back just a little further. September of 2016, September 16th, as there's a timeout called. Coach Carmen over there at the MRH bench alongside Coach Noby, talking to her squad probably about the better defense. That's what she's been wanting them to focus on. Coach Simone Flam, though, for the Hancock Tigers, she's a bit worried just because of the number of players that she has this year is a bit smaller because of players playing other sports, players playing club volleyball. But she did say if Hancock plays their best today, she will be proud of them, as Hancock with the serve goes right into no man's land for another ace. Now Carmen making adjustments. 14-10 here in the first set. Hancock won both sets of the JV contest. It's a hard serve saved there by Dickens. Bit of miscommunication, but Stone gets it back over. Hancock to play. They'll set it over for MRH. That one, an overhand bump there was tried by Addie Nevins. It couldn't go. And now the Tigers grow their lead. Coach Carmen cheering on her squad. Hard serve over. Stone sets it. It goes off a Hancock player. It will hit the court. And Maplewood's able to end the run for now. 11-15 MRH behind. And Coach Carmen will hastily call a timeout to address something. I'm not 100% sure what. She's just making sure, based on what we can hear right now, that she's got the serve order correct, and that way they don't end up getting faulted for that. This Blue Devil team, though, last year, 24-3 with a final record. They won the Class 2 District 5 tournament, beating Crossroads as the number 1 seed in 2 sets. Went on to the state playoffs, but they lost in sectionals to Fatima, Missouri, which, if you don't know where that is, well, don't worry, neither do I. Hancock last season finished with a 12-12-3 record. Made it to the district championship for Class 2 District 4. They were in a district with more southern schools. They lost in the district finals to the number 1 seeded St. Pius. As that serve goes over, and they will give MRH the point. There was a little bit of hesitation there just because they weren't sure if there was going to be a net violation. There wasn't, and the Blue Devils pick up the point. As that serve goes over for MRH, right in the middle of no man's land, and it goes out for the ace. You know, as a part of COVID precautions, we're not allowed to have fans here, but when we can have them back, that's one of the things we'll definitely love to hear again, as that one goes out, and Hancock will take the point. The call and response between teams whenever they get an ace. That's always one of the most fun parts. As Maplewood sets up for the serve, it goes over. Stone bumps it back over the net. Hancock will play it. That bump goes over. MRH's ball once again. Good overhead bump. We got a bit of a volley going here. A lot of bumping action as that one goes over, and MRH plays it once again, lining up for a spike. And it just isn't able to stay in. The topspin just wasn't enough, and the Tigers will take it. Seeing a lot of action in front of the net there as that spike goes over. Dickens sets it up, and another spike again into the net for Helena Roberts. Seeing a lot of in front of the net action for Hancock by number 3, Deja Haynes. She's a junior, as that ball will go out, and the Blue Devils pick up the point. Deja Haynes, in her last contest, led the team with 11 kills and 25 attack attempts against Crossroads on Friday, as Stone hits it over the net. Diving save there, and a spike is set up. And wouldn't you know it, Haynes there with the kill. You got the Haynes sisters here playing for the Hancock Tigers. You got Deja Haynes and Deanna Haynes. Deanna, Deja's younger sister, serving right now. Led the team last game with 25 serves, as well as 12 points. So that spike there is set up by MRH, and it goes down. Helena Roberts picks up the point. Now you've got Chloe Moreland setting up for the serve. 19-15. Hancock on top here in the first set. We'll play best of 5. That spike there is saved, but it goes way into the stands. 5-point lead for Hancock. By the way, last time Hancock have won a set against the Blue Devils, you got to go back to 2016. That last match that they won was the last time they won a set against MRH. Daw sets it up. That bump will go over. Hancock readying. That bump will send it over. Daw readies it up. Hard bump to try and save it by Addie Nevins. Just won't go, as will be a serve there for the Tigers. That serve will go out. Blue Devils doing a really good job of being able to recognize on that play how the spin was going, where the ball was tracking to. And now they will serve. Roberts got it over the net, and Hancock is playing it. A hard bump to try and get it over. It will not. 4 hits is the call, and that will give the Blue Devils the point. Remember, you can only hit the ball 3 times on your side of the net. You can't hit it 4 as that serve goes over. Maplewood readying to play it. Spike goes up, and bit of a whiff there by Nevins. Maybe misjudged it a bit, but Carmen gives her some encouraging words from the bench. Coach Carmen does. Where Coach Noby and also Coach Amber Jordan are sitting. With Hancock with the serve. 2 setups, but there's no one there at the net to really read what's going on. And now Hancock have the 23-17 lead in the first set. Serve goes over, but it will go out. Most of the time what you'd see is the line judge over in the corner. They throw the flag up or they throw the flag down. Not seeing that much this game. With Dahl with the serve, and it kind of catches Hancock a bit by surprise, not really knowing what's going on. And it will go for an ace. It's Tegan Dahl, who had 4 aces last game, tied for the team lead in their victory against Brentwood back on Friday. As Hancock readies themselves, they'll set it over the net. Dahl is able to save it. Nevins bumps it over. Nevins doing a really good job on those overhand bumps, as Hancock lets that one drop. 3-point match now. 23-20, the Tigers on top. Dahl with the overhand serve. They will call a double hit. Looks like almost a bit of a lift there, but they will call a double hit. Now 2 points separate these two. Daw hits it over, and that one is an ace as timeout is called on the court for the Tigers. Back and forth action here in the first set between Hancock and MRH here at Maplewood Richmond Heights High School. Michael Langston here alongside my crew of Eliza Agers and Mr. John Redden, bringing you girls volleyball action for the MRH Blue Devils. We can't have fans in the stands due to COVID protocols, but that's A-okay. We're going to be bringing you as much action as possible here on the MRH Volleyball YouTube and all of our other home contests. Be on the lookout. We were going to have in the near future baseball and boys soccer as well. Know for a fact for volleyball, we're going to have 2 more matchups this week that we'll bring to you live on this YouTube page. Thursday, starting at 4:30, we're going to have the home matchups against Crossroads. Again, that's Thursday the 18th. And then Friday the 19th, starting at 4 o'clock, we'll have both matchups against Bayless as MRH comes out of the timeout with a missed opportunity on the serve, and now the Tigers have match point here in the first set. Spike goes over. Daw to Stone. Nevins gets it over. Hancock setting up for a spike. Instead, they will set it over. Bit of a communication lapse there, but the Blue Devils try to recover. A bit of a weird angle. The ball goes over the net, and with that, Hancock takes the first set by a score of 25-22. They'll take a 3-minute breather, corral themselves, and get ready for the second set. Hancock wins 2 more straight. This one's over. If MRH is able to pull a few wins off of the court, then they'll have their second victory. Both of these teams 1-0 on the young season. This is the first road matchup for the Tigers. Blue Devils playing in their second home game. And if you look a bit at the history of these two teams, since 2009, the Tigers have only had 2 winning seasons, 2015 and 2016. With that being said, though, they did go very deep last season. They were right at 500 with their record, went very deep into their district championship bracket. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils, since 2009, 3 district championships, 2 straight from 2018 to 2019. And then in 2011 as well. They've been above 500 since 2015. And, of course, as I mentioned earlier, 8 straight wins against the Hancock Tigers in volleyball play going back to 2016. Talked to Coach Carmen about that. She said she didn't even know when I brought it up. She just goes into every game prepping, readying herself for the next opponent, knowing that the fact that they have a lot of games to play here in the next few days, that she just wants to make sure that the team has enough energy to get through it. She's confident in their abilities. And just because she's on a winning streak against the team, she's not taking anyone lightly. If you're just joining us here, we're at MRH High School for girls varsity volleyball matchup between the Hancock Tigers on the far or right side of the court and the MRH Blue Devils here on the near or left side of the court. MRH with the blue tops, black bottoms, they have the white striping under their arms. Hancock on the far side, they have the blue tops with the black bottoms. They have the yellow piping with yellow lettering and numbers on their jerseys. MRH also with one libero, that's Rachel Dickens. She is wearing black on black as the serve underway for the second set goes out for an ace. Blue Devils coached by coaches Carmen, Jordan, and Nobi. Tigers coached by Coach Flam. As Hancock is able to corral the serve and they bump it back over. And now the Blue Devils send it to Hancock's side. They'll bump it for MRH to play. And Daw bumps it for Hancock. Back and forth action on the volley. But instead, they will call another double hit. The Blue Devils will take the point. All players, of course, because of COVID protocols, wearing masks for their safety as that one goes over the net. Tried to be saved there, but it will go for the ace. Try there to save it was by number 7, Megan Smith of the Tigers. And now Daw for the Blue Devils with the overhand serve that nicks the top of the net. Will go over Stone. Hits it with one hand. They will call a net violation, though, on Hancock. Abby Stone gets that point. As the serve there by Dahl will go out. Abby Stone in the game against Brentwood led with 16 attack attempts and 7 kills. Tied the team lead with 4 aces as Hancock serves. Daw puts it right back over on the bump. Hancock playing it. They try to set, but that'll go down as 4 hits, and the Blue Devils pick up the point. MRH serve there. A bump back over by Haynes for the Blue Devils. Stone, a bit of miscommunication there. Stone had someone right in her face as she tried to get the ball back over the net. Tigers trail the Blue Devils 6-2 here in the second set. MRH losing the first one. Hancock has the 1-0 lead in terms of set, as that one hits the net, and it will go out for an MRH point. Libero checks out for the Blue Devils. As there's the serve that just doesn't have enough muscle behind it by Helena Roberts. It's the serve there by the Tigers. That one, though, goes out. And now Abby Stone for MRH with the overhand serve. Set up there by Haynes. Instead, it's a little fake, and it goes over and stays in. It's Deanna Hayes there getting the point for the Tigers. She had 6 attack attempts in the last one as her sister serves, and her sister, Deja, will get the ace. Haynes sisters. Deja the older, she's a junior. Deanna, the sophomore. You have the older one, though, serving right now. As that serve, an overhand one will go right into the net. MRH is able to maintain their lead, but it shrank a little bit. 9-5 right now as we play in the second set. The first one, very quickly. A lot of quick action. Second one, it's a bit slowed down now as Hancock just able to save it off the serve from Powell. They go up, there's a hard spike, and the Blue Devils get the point. Big play there by Abby Gerhard. Powell again with the serve, not enough mustard on it. Four-point game again. MRH 10 to Hancock 6 as there's the serve for the Tigers. Powell bumps it to Daw, who bumps it to Hancock. A set for a spike, one-hander. Goes over. Daw set up for a spike. She's able to get it to Hancock's side of the net. And now a good little block there for the Blue Devils. Playing a lot more action. The spike goes over. It's a good spike there for MRH. We got another good run here, a good volley. Another spike. Hancock is able to save it, though. A lot of good digs by the Tigers. Daw dives and saves it, but no one was there. A lot of good plays there by Abby Gerhard for the Blue Devils. Couple good blocks, couple good spikes, but Hancock with the serve. They're down by 3. Miscommunication on the part of MRH will lead to another Tiger point. Coach Carmen cheering on her team from the bench. As Hancock with the serve again. That one goes over, and it will go for an ace. I want to thank you all for joining us here on the MRH Volleyball YouTube channel. I'm Michael Langston alongside my crew of Eliza Eggers and Mr. John Redden. That serve goes over. Good save there by Powell, just hit a little bit too hard to fully corral, and Hancock has battled back here after MRH went on a really good run to start. It's 10-10. But that serve will end the run. Madison Reed unable to get it over the net. She will check out for Paris Hunter over on Hancock's side. Meanwhile, the libero for MRH, Rachel Dickens, number 3, will check in to serve. But that one will fall in front of the net. Megan Smith to serve for the Tigers, and she will come away with the ace. That serve goes over by Smith, and that one is Stone who takes it, and Daw puts it back over for MRH. A spike there for the Tigers goes for naught as it goes into the net. That's Lindsay Kirkendall on that attempt there for the Tigers. We're tied back up at 12. Hancock won the first set. We're playing best of 5 as Daw puts it over. And Hancock will play on a ball that looked like it was almost out. Powell for MRH sets up for more. And now it's the Tigers once again trying to do something. A one-handed spike. That's got a little bit too much on it, and it goes out. Not enough topspin to keep that in. And MRH will take the lead once again, 13-12. Good serve there. You can hear the bench cheering about it by Daw. And Hancock unable to put it back over on the bump. The lead extends to 2 for Maplewood. Daw with the strong hit that kind of catches her by surprise on the other side of the net. Megan Smith didn't really know what was coming at her. And Daw gets the ace. Daw had 4 against Brentwood. Now Daw serves it again. Hancock setting up. Good little move there, but MRH is able to corral it. Stone with the spike. Flat-footed on a lot of it, but she's got a lot of power as they will call a double hit on the Tigers. The Blue Devil lead grows back to 4, 16-12. And now it looks as though Hancock had a libero this whole time. They just hadn't really been using her. She will check in for them. As there's another serve by Daw there that Hancock will put over the net, and just by sheer misreading of the play, it lands just in front of Ellen Powell, who gave it a really good effort. Nonetheless, 16-13, that serve there. Setting up for Stone real close to the net. They will call a lift on the Blue Devils. 16-14 now, with MRH on top. Served by the Tigers. Will be spiked, but directly into the net for MRH by Helena Roberts. And now the Tigers again, they're going on a bit of a run. Serve there, another spike, but another one will go into the net for Roberts. Can hear the words of encouragement though from the bench. Another serve goes right to Dickens, and instead of spiking it, they'll bump it over, and now Hancock to play. It's a hard spike up, but Dickens is right there. Another spike by Roberts, but this one, while it goes over, does not go out. Or it does go out, does not stay in. Checking in for MRH will be Addie Nevins. As this next serve goes over. And they're able to save it. Nevins gets it over. Hancock playing it. Nevins again, setting up for the spike. Jumps up and gets it. Good setup there by the Blue Devils, are able to tie this game back up at 17. You'll have a serve there for Maplewood. And instead, a bit of a A play there to see if they could catch Maplewood napping in the backcourt, and they do. MRH kind of jumbled up a bit in the front of the net. It's a good read there by Deja Haynes to recognize where that was going. Now her sister Deanna will serve for the Tigers. That one goes over. Daw, then another bump, then Nevins. Hancock with it. They try to bump it back, but it goes into the net. Dickens will check out. Checking in will be Gerhard. Serve by MRH by Nevins. Instead, that's Haynes who, just bumping it to get it over the net, finds no man's land. Real back and forth contest here in the second set. Remember, of course, Hancock won the first. We play best of 5. That overhand serve does get over, but they will call a double hit on the Blue Devils. Hancock. 2-point lead, 20-18, running out of time. Remember, you play to 25. Powell with the fake set will get it over. Hancock to play. Haynes. And now Maplewood. Another spike there just goes into the net. MRH having a little bit of difficulty here with their spike work. Now Hancock will serve. Powell. She had a good windup to it. She just misjudged where the ball was going. And Gerhard's not able to get it back over. So now Hancock 3 points away from winning the second set. They wanted to get out to a better start today is what Coach Simone Flam said before the game. And now Daw puts it over. A spike there is saved by Powell, and now MRH. Bit of miscommunication, but Daw is able to get it. Now Hancock with a soft spike. Nevins and Daw unable to get the right communication going there. You can hear Coach Carmen talking about the communication aspect. She wants the players to communicate a bit better. That's a hard serve that goes right into the chest of Daw. Hits a weird angle, but now it's 24-18. The Tigers with the match point. The Blue Devils lose this. They would have to win 3 straight to secure the victory. That serve goes over. MRH, of course, playing without about a third of its current roster. Same with Hancock because of club. As MRH, we got a quick little volley going here, but it will result in a Blue Devil point. Stone to serve for the Blue Devils. Their backs are against the wall right now. Haynes puts it over. Powell setting up for a spike. Instead, it will be bumped. Haynes setting up. But that one will go for not for her sister, 20-24. Remember, you have to win by 2 in volleyball. As a timeout will be called by the Tigers. They're at match point. 24-20 the score here at MRH High School. Second game of the season for the Blue Devils as well as the Tigers. Michael Langston here alongside my crew of Eliza Agers and Mr. John Redden. We're going to be bringing you almost all of the home matchups here for MRH Sports. Due to COVID precautions, we don't want to have fans in the stands, so we'll bring it to you here live on YouTube because the internet's just a great place, isn't it? I learned that on the internet. Abby Stone will serve for MRH. High and hard serve. Tigers will play. And it will be nicked by, it looked like, Daw. And with that, Hancock wins its second set of this match, 25-20. While they are close, at the end it feels like Hancock is just able to get on a little bit of a run. They win the second set. We are playing best of 5. So if Hancock wins the next one, it's over. MRH will get its first loss of the year. Hancock will pick up its second victory in as many matches. Be sure to keep tuning into all of our various broadcasts that we're going to have throughout this spring sports season. We've got baseball, boys soccer. You've got girls volleyball here as well. We will also be having a bunch of our MRH students here helping to broadcast. On Friday we had Michelle Ryan, a junior here at MRH. She helped out with the broadcast. In the future, too, I know Michelle, as well as we'll have a bunch of other students helping out, both here on the broadcast side as well as behind the scenes as a part of our crew. Next matchups for these two squads. Hancock will head back to the Tiger Dome down south of here in Maplewood. Hancock, of course, playing down in South City. Their baseball field, Heiny Mighty. Beautiful ballpark. But Hancock, where they played their volleyball, they play it down at the Tiger Dome. They will host Valmeyer, which is, I had to look that up. They're in Illinois. They will host Valmeyer, Illinois, down at the Tiger Dome on Thursday. That's the 18th. 5 p.m. start for the varsity squad for Hancock. That is their next game. For MRH, after this, they will have a very busy week. They'll have a quote-unquote off day tomorrow because they'll probably be practicing. And then they'll be right back in here on Thursday against another tough squad. That is Crossroads. Again, that's on Thursday the 18th. 4:30 is the first serve. That will be the JV contest against Crossroads. And then 5:30 is the varsity matchup between those two. That game, because of us not having fans here at MRH High School, that will be live streamed right here on YouTube on this same YouTube channel. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Time winds down on the 3-minute break that these two teams have had between these sets. Hancock winning the first two. MRH trying to win 3 straight. It'd be the second straight match where they've had to play 5 sets if MRH is able to win 2 sets straight here. Same for Hancock, too. Both these teams in their first matches of the season played 5 full sets, which is a bit new to them. That's a new rule this season. I'm Michael Langston bringing you this game alongside the terrific crew of Eliza Agers and Mr. John Redden. Hancock will serve, and we are underway in the third set. Stone with the good save. Can already hear better communication, and this time by the Blue Devils. Haynes sets up her sister, but that one will drop for MRH, and Hancock picks up the point. Another serve there for Hancock. They're up 1-0. Here as we just begin the third set, and a great spike there by Abby Gerhard to get the point. And now MRH with their first serve of the set. Tegan Daw will get it over. Haynes sets it up, but it goes back over. Now Gerhard puts it back. That one will get caught, though. And the Blue Devils will pick up the point. Senior Tegan Daw with the serve. And now the set puts it back for the Blue Devils to play. Gerhard with the hard spike. Good hard spike, but it just sneaks out of bounds. And now Hancock, number one, they've tied it, and number two, they will serve again. It's the younger Haynes sister, Deanna. She will do an overhand slap. That's a bit of a knuckler. That's corralled by Nevins on MRH's side. But Gerhard, ooh, trying a bit with the over-the-head bump. You see that a lot, but she's just not able to get it. Now the younger Haynes for Hancock again. One goes over, and it is out. And MRH, lucky to pick up a point there. Now it's tied again, 3-3. Chloe Moreland to serve. One goes over. And now Hancock unable to corral it, and the Blue Devils pick up a point. Megan Smith having a little trouble there on the bump. Serve there for MRH, kind of going all over the place. The older Haynes sister was able to corral it, and now Maplewood bumps it back. Lack of communication for the Tigers, but they get it back over for the Blue Devils. The spike there by Gerhard stays in. Bumps to save. Younger Haynes sister, Deanna, saves it for Hancock. Blue Devils up now. Another spike by Gerhard, and that one goes in. Abby Gerhard, the sophomore middle hitter against Brentwood. She had 13 attack attempts and 4 kills. Got a couple to her name just in this set alone. There's another serve there by MRH. We'll put it over. Another spike there by Gerhard. Hancock can't corral it. 6-3 now, the Blue Devils. Hoping this early command that they had in this set and the one that they had in the previous set continues their momentum. Haynes bumps it to the libero for Hancock, who gets it over. A spike there by Stone puts it for Hancock. Haynes sets up her sister, and it goes down. A block by Gerhard. Another serve for MRH. They're going on a bit of a run here. 7-3 Blue Devils. That bump will go over. Kept in by Nevins. And that one goes back by Moreland. Libero for Hancock, setting it up. Spike there. Gerhard saved a good little one-hand bump, but they will call it out of bounds. Saw that happen earlier in this contest. There are 2 red and yellow plastic posts tied to the net that just go up. And if you hit it and it crosses the net on the out-of-bounds side of that, well, it's out of bounds. And now Hancock with the serve. It goes back over. It's a good bump, but it's got just a bit too much on it. And it goes out of bounds. Hancock is coming back a little bit. Serve there, Daw with the bump. Stone jumps in, saves it from no man's land. Hancock to play. The younger Haynes sister sets up the spike. And Hancock takes the point. They've shrank the lead again. It is 7-6 here in the third set. MRH lost the first 2 to Hancock. Their first time they've lost a set since 2016. And now that one will go as an ace for the Tigers. Couple hard smacks of the ball into the ground before the serve. Maplewood trying to communicate. They're able to get it back over to play it. And a lack of communication on the side of the Tigers gets the Blue Devils the point. So put back there for the Blue Devils by Amber Day, the senior outside hitter. As that serve there goes over for Hancock. They will play it back to MRH after a few bumps in a set. Nevins sets it over. The Tigers to play it again. Haynes sets up her older sister, and that will go down as a Hancock point. Meanwhile, over on the MRH side, on the left or near side of your screen, you're going to have libero Rachel Dickens checking in. That serve nicks the top of the net, and it will go for a point for Hancock. MRH on the near or left side of your screen, wearing the blue tops and black bottoms with the white part of the jersey underneath the armpits, as that one will go out for an ace for Hancock. The Tigers on the right or far side of your screen, blue tops, black bottoms. They've got the yellow piping, yellow lettering, yellow letters. Their libero will be in all gray. MRH's libero in all black, as that one goes out for another ace. 8-11. Here in the third set, Tigers won the first two. That serve goes into the net for Deja Haynes. Deja and her younger sister, Deanna, both on the court for Hancock, as Abby Stone for the Blue Devils puts it over, and she'll get an ace. Abby Stone last game, 11 points, 19 serves. She got an assist. Also had 7 kills in 16 attack attempts. That led the squad, but that one will hit the net on the serve. Now it is 10-12, the Blue Devils trailing here at MRH Gym. Overhand serve, nicks the top of the net, but MRH will play it. Daw, one-handed spike. Haynes puts it over. And Nevins will spike it hard, but not enough height to really force it into the ground. Coach Carmen there kind of in the back part of your screen, giving her a bit of a lesson there on what she needs to do, is that serve will hit the net. Coach Carmen giving Abby Nevins a bit of a understanding there if she needs to be more straight. If you lean back with your spikes, the ball's going to end up going further. It's not going to go in. As MRH with the serve. That one will go in for Hancock, and they will get the point. When they're Deanna Haynes. Been seeing a lot of her setting up her older sister, Deja. And now Hancock with the lead. They will serve. Dickens to Stone to Daw, and now back over. Tigers trying to play it close to the bench. They will save it, though. Now Maplewood again. Nevins faked out the spike, instead went for the set, and now the bump will go over. Maplewood setting up. Nevins with a hard spike. Doesn't lean back. Keeps it straight and is able to knock that one down. And now we'll have a libero check in for Hancock and check out for Maplewood. Serve by Nevins goes over. And now the play there on a diving attempt by Nevins will go for naught. Hancock gets back that 1 point they just had. 3-point lead for the Tigers. 15-12 as we play the third set. Hancock won the first two. Real back and forth action, but they were able to go on a late run and hold off any attempt at a Blue Devil comeback. And now they serve it. MRH bumps it back over, but that one is out. Gerhard for MRH trying to do it. Now Hancock again. Blue Devils put it back over for them to play. The libero touches it first. And then the spike attempt there by Deja Haynes goes right into the net. And the Blue Devils will have a chance here. Tegan Daw. Blue Devils have gone with a couple runs when she's been serving. She will be the first here on this one. And she will get the ace. Tegan Daw again. Senior outside hitter. Serves with her left arm. And now a spike there by Hancock. Daw will save it. Nevins goes back over. Hancock to play. Haynes trying to set some up here. Instead, it's a bump saved at the net. 2. Spike of MRH's zone goes over. And a little fake move there, but it's got too much on it. MRH picks up the point. And instead, there will be a timeout called by Hancock. Well, what once was a bit of a bigger lead has shrunk back down to 1. 16-15 is the score in the third set. Hancock won the first 2. They win this one, it's all over. We play best 3 of 5. It's a new rule this year. Both of these teams already have played a 5-set matchup, though. MRH beating their arch rivals in Brentwood back on Friday. And then Hancock, after being down 0-2, came back and won 3 straight sets against Crossroads on Friday. And MRH already out of the huddle. They're ready to go. Here at MRH High School, between the Maplewood Richmond Heights Blue Devils and the Hancock Tigers. Senior Tegan Daw for MRH with the left-handed overhand serve, and Hancock to play. Haynes set up a great spike there that just misses the outstretched arms of Nevins. And with that, Hancock breaks the run. 2-point lead once again. Remember, you have to win by 2. It's only the 5th set, though, that only goes to 15. Here, you got to go to 25 in this third set. Overhand serve there. Good read there by Tegan Daw for MRH to realize that one was going out. Now it's 17-16. Serve here by MRH. Chloe Moreland got it over. Haynes sets up her older sister. And Stone with the one-handed swing of it to get the ball back over. And miscommunication will put the ball in no man's land, and we are tied once again, 17-all. We're at this point, last set, but Hancock went on a run. Now Moreland with the overhand serve. Haynes was trying to set up her sister. That was Deanna trying to set up Deja Haynes. But instead, Madison Reed had to try and dive for it for Hancock, and it wouldn't go. Now Haynes setting up her sister. That one doesn't go. Instead, Stone will put it over. Libero plays it. Bit of a lack of communication. MRH might be going on a run here. 19-17 is the score. The Blue Devils taking the lead once again. A strong overhand serve, but it goes right into the net. And now Hancock. They will serve. Megan Smith checks in for the libero over on the Tiger side of the court. Serve there. And instead, the Blue Devils will play it over on a bump, and it jumps just inside the line. MRH up now 20-18. It's like it was Lindsay Kirkendall for the Tigers, just misreading that one. And now the serve by MRH goes right into the net by Gerhard. Checking in for her will be Rachel Dickens, the libero. Rachel Dickens wearing the all black on the near side of your screen for MRH. as she just misses that play there. We're tied again at 20 as Hancock gets the ace. Deja Haynes serves it for MRH. Second up, and Stone puts it back over. Deanna tried to set it up for the Tigers. Deanna Haynes did. But everyone kind of got in each other's way. They ran into each other a little bit. MRH will pick up the point, 21-20. Remember, we played at 25, but you got to win by 2. It's a good serve there by Stone, but it goes over. We're going to see a lot of really close net play here probably. That was Kirkendall just trying to bump it up either for a setup or to just get it over, but it hits the net. Doesn't go over. MRH now up by 2 as Stone again. Nevins backed off, but she will line up for a spike here. And it just nicks the line. 3-point game now, 23-20. In her pregame interview, Coach Carmen said she was really pleased with the offense so far. She's got to be pleased after some of these great spikes here that you've seen by Nevins, and this amazing ace here by Abby Stone. She also said she's really liking the serving as the Blue Devils have their first match point here of this contest. They lost the first 2, although it was close. Hoping to maybe steal one away here. Use that momentum and win the next 2. Win this best 3 out of 5. Stone with the flat-footed serve. That stays in for the ace. And the Blue Devils come back. They win this third set, 25-20, the final. We got 3 minutes to take a breath. But we're going to a fourth. We'll at least play this one. This one will go to 25. This fourth set. As a part of the new rules, most of the time you wouldn't even have a fourth set. This one you will go to 25, and then if the Blue Devils are able to pull off this victory here in this set, you will go to a 5th set, and that one is a best of 15. MRH against Brentwood on Friday, they went to that 5th set. They won theirs 15-8. Hancock also went to a 5th set, but remember, you got to win by at least 2 in volleyball. So Hancock and Crossroads, they played a full 5th set. They ended up playing to 26-24, which was the 3rd set victory for Hancock in their victory. Each team will stay on the same side of the net that they've been on before. MRH here on the near side or left side of your screen. Hancock over on the right side or the far side of your screen. With that, we'll take a little bit of a breather. We'll be right back. Hancock breaks their huddle, and then the Blue Devils do the same. We get ready here for the 4th set of girls varsity volleyball action here on the MRH Volleyball YouTube channel. I'm Michael Langston alongside my awesome crew of Eliza Agers and Mr. John Redden here at MRH High School between the Maplewood Richmond Heights Blue Devils and the Hancock Tigers. MRH near left side, blue tops, white armpits, black bottoms. Hancock on the far side, all blue with black bottoms, yellow piping, letters, and numbers. As the first serve of this Set goes over, and now we got a little bit of a volley going here as a hard spike by Abby Gerhard is able to find the hardwood, and the Blue Devils take the 1-0 lead. Both teams, too, playing with a libero, MRH's libero. Rachel Dickens, number 3, wearing all black. She will be on the near side of the court. That serve goes over, and one Haynes sister sends it to the other. And now the Blue Devils play it back over. That's Deanna. Deanna Haynes sets up for a good spike there for Lindsay Kirkendall. Like I was saying, libero for MRH wearing all black will wear number 3. For Hancock, they will wear a gray jersey, and they will be on the far side of the court. First serve of the set by Hancock goes over, and Tegan Daw bumps it back for the Tigers to play. One sister sets up the other for Hancock. And MRH, a little cautious to celebrate that one, will come away with a point. You'll see that a lot at the high school level. Girls will be kind of timid to celebrate a close play at the net because they're not sure if they will be called for a net violation or not. That time, MRH wasn't. They'll pick up the point. They will serve, and it will result in an ace. And again, a serve for the Blue Devils. A bit of a miscue, a bit of misdirection there. Deja Haynes unable to recover. The Blue Devils again have the lead, 4-1 the score. Chloe Moreland, her number, the same number that MRH have so far in this set. Also the set number as well. She serves. That one goes over. Nevins plays it for Maplewood. Instead, that ball goes over by Day, but it will be out of bounds. Deanna Haynes for Hancock will serve. The sophomore led their last matchup with 25 serves, but that one goes into the net. They will all rotate now. Abby Gerhard for MRH to serve. It goes under the net. Score should be, if I'm not mistaken, 4-4 based on that one. They've got the scoreboard reading 5-3, though that might change. That one goes into and then down from the net. Hancock will serve once again. But that serve will go out. MRH picks up the point. Rachel Dickens, the libero for the Blue Devils, has checked in, but she will stay closer to the back line as Abby Stone, number 10 for MRH, readies the serve. She will get it over, but a good little play there by Deanna Haynes will get the point for the Tigers. Deanna's older sister, Deja, will serve for Hancock. Day sets up Daw. But now Hancock to play. They'll do an overhead bump to get it over. Day back to Nevins on a quick little play. And it's able to work. They just find no man's land. No one is able to keep the ball up on the Hancock side. And I guess the scoreboard is right. 7-5 right now here in the fourth set. Serve by Day will go for an ace. Hancock won the first two sets after real quick back and forth action. MRH was able to squeak out a win in the third. Day serves as we play in the fourth. MRH to play. That one's Day to Moreland. Nevins will set it over instead of Spike. Haynes sets up a really good spike that no one is able to be there for. Dickens with a real good effort, Just couldn't get it, and now she tries to throw the ball back over. Hits Day on the back of the leg. Now Madison Reed, though, for the Tigers, will serve. She gets it over, and a really good save there. There's a good spike by Hancock, but it goes back over. A lot of quick action here in this volley. Quick little setup. They will give the point, though, to MRH. I'm not sure if they called a net violation, but the Blue Devils get the point. Serve for MRH. It's a good little play there. Good little block by Abby Gerhardt to keep the ball on the Hancock side of the net, force them to make a play, and the Tigers were unable to. Now it's back to Addie Nevins for the serve. But her serve will go under the net. Back and forth, but MRH able to pick up a few key early points. 10-7. Hancock, though, been doing a really good job of coming back late as their libero will check in to serve. It's a big, hard serve that catches Day a bit by surprise. Nevins with the good attempt to try and save it, but it will go for naught. Tigers now only behind by 2 here in the 4th set. Service goes over, and Stone unable to corral it. It's an ace for Hancock. Another serve there by the Tigers. Stone keeps it corrallable this time, and Daw puts it over. Hancock looking to play with it. Deanna Haynes up for a spike that doesn't go. That was Brooklyn Alavernia on that attempt for the Tigers. But now it's going to be Tegan Daw for MRH. 11-9 the score. The Blue Devils on top. Stone spikes it to put it back over. Could not be corralled by Deanna Haynes. Just, most of the time it's they got too much mustard on it. That time there just wasn't enough. The ball kind of died down onto the ground. Now it is 12-9 as Daw, the senior, overhand left serve will end up in a double stomp ace. And now Hancock will call a timeout. 13-9, the Blue Devils up by 4 here in the first set at MRH High School. Hancock Tigers on the far or right side of your screen. MRH Blue Devils on the left or near side of your screen. I'm Michael Langston alongside my crew, my awesome crew of Eliza Eggers and Mr. John Redden, bringing you volleyball action. We had the JV game earlier. Hancock won in 2 straight sets. We're playing here in the 4th set. We'll play to a best of 5 for Varsity. Hancock winning the first 2. MRH won the 3rd. Both of these teams playing in their second game. Hancock's first road game, MRH's second home game. Both of them won their first games in 5 sets. Of course, MRH later this week, they've got 2 more matchups after this. Thursday, they will play against Crossroads, 4:30 for the JV, 5:30 for the Varsity. That one's going to be on YouTube. Right here on this same channel you're watching this on now. Meanwhile, Hancock, they'll return to the Tiger Dome. They will play Valmeyer, Illinois on Thursday. Varsity starting at 5. We're back from the timeout. Here's Tegan Daw once again with the serve. And it's a good save there by Daw to get back to it. After that attempt there by Deanna Haynes results in a Tiger point. And now the serve will go to Stone. Moreland will bump it back over. A set job goes over the head of Day for MRH. The lead shrinks again, 13-11. Set up there after the serve, and that will go over for Daw. But MRH is able to not play that ball after it goes out. And it will be a 3-point game. 14-11 the score. Served there by Maplewood. We'll put the ball over for Hancock. They try to play it well over on MRH, but they're able to play it back. Hancock slowing it down, trying to set something up. Instead, they bump it. Day setting something up, but Daw unable to hit it back over the net. And the lead shrinks back to 2. Deanna Haynes sets up for the overhand serve. Day will put it back over for the Blue Devils, but the spin puts it out of bounds. 1-point game, 14-13. Another shot there by Haynes, but that one is in. That's an ace. And we're tied once again. 14 all. The younger Haynes sister, Deanna, again to serve for the Tigers. She's a sophomore. Where's the number 4 as that one goes over? And it's out. And Maplewood will pick up the point. That one was really, really close. Even from our vantage point where we were pretty much right on that line. That one just snuck over. So it's 15-14. Rachel Dickens, the libero for Maplewood, checks in for the serve. And she'll get it over, but Hancock plays it back. And it's a good attempt there at a setup, but Abby Stone, the ball's a little bit too close to the net. She's unable to really get the backspin on it needed, but it's kind of tough on a play like that. And Hancock will have it tied once more. Overhand serve. Really good read there by Tegan Dahl, but the ball just kind of knuckled just back in bounds. And now they'll take the lead again. 16-15. More back and forth. And this is where Hancock really makes their money. They're very good later in the game, getting on good late runs. As Daw, with an amazing save there. Right off the serve, she's able to dive down on a good bump to get the ball back over the net. It looks like it's going to hit the hardwood out of bounds, but it just sneaks back in. And now the serve and some playing here for Hancock. But Day puts it back over. Day sets up Daw for a spike. It's soft, but it's there. Hancock now. They'll set it. Day setting up Nevins. A quick little move. And the Blue Devils pick up that one. Addie Nevins there doing that as there's a timeout called on the floor by the Tigers. Coach Carmen sounded a little surprised when she heard that. You got Coach Carmen over there with Coach Noby and Coach Jordan for the Blue Devils. For the Hancock Tigers, you have Coach Simone Flan. If you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. Girls varsity volleyball action here at MRH High School. The Hancock Tigers winning the first 2 sets. Really close sets, though. And then the MRH Blue Devils able to squeak out a win in the 3rd. So we're playing here in the 4th. Remember, this year, with the new rules, we're going 5 sets. First 4 sets, you play to 25. If you win it there, well, you don't need to worry about the 5th. The 5th set, though, number 1, you got to win by 2, but that's true across all the sets. But the 5th set, it's only to 15. as Abby Stone serves for MRH. We'll set it up there. Hancock puts it over for the Blue Devils, and Daw puts it right back. Haynes setting up her sister. MRH will play it, though, and Day bumps it. Bit of a dive bump there for the Tigers. A set will go over a one-handed bump to try and save it. But they will instead, looks like, call it as a net violation. And Hancock will tie it once again, 17-all. We've been at this point once before. A couple times before, actually. Now the serve there, the older Haynes sister for MRH. It's Daw trying to spike it, but not. The older Haynes sister, of course, playing for Hancock. That's Deja Haynes. The junior had 20 serves and 5 aces in the last matchup that the Tigers played, which was against Crossroads on Friday. She serves again. MRH setting up. Nevins fakes the spike, instead sets. Haynes puts it over. It's the libero for MRH. Dickens setting it up for Daw. And now the younger Haynes sister sets something up, but it's another set. A great one-handed save by Dickens, but no one can react quick enough in time to get there and save the point. 19-17 for the Tigers. Hancock wins this one. They win their first at MRH since 2016, and that will go out for an ace. They're 5 away. It's been 8 straight losses for Hancock against the Blue Devils. That's a hard serve there for Deja Haynes, and it hits the hardwood. 21-17. It's another really good hard serve, but it hits the net. 21-18 now. Day with the serve for the Blue Devils. Except this one, it's a good little fake move there by Deanna Haynes, and it stays in. So now you have Madison Reed serving for the Tigers, 22-18. Hancock, they get 3 more points. They win it. That road just got a little bit closer, though, as that serve goes into the net. Libero for MRH, Rachel Dickens will check out for Abby Gerhardt as Nevins, her serve goes over the net but out of bounds. Hancock only 2 away for their first victory at MRH since September of 2016. Will end the 8-game losing streak that they have to the Blue Devils. Served there by the libero. Curves out. Well, I'm looking at the line judge on that one. She called it in first, but then immediately corrected herself. So we have now a 3-point contest, 23-20. Hancock on top. Daw with the serve for the Blue Devils. It'll be an attempt at a third bump to get it over the net, but MRH picks up that point. Coach Flam said that the Tigers took themselves by surprise when they beat Crossroads. That might be the same thing here, as they have a game point, not only the set point, not only the match point, but the game point against MRH. They win this. Hancock wins their first at MRH in a long time. And they will do it. 25-21 the final score. And the Hancock Tigers, for the first time since 2016, not only beat MRH, but beat MRH here at home. Again, the final of that final set, 25-21. Hancock wins it in 4 sets, 3 victories for the Tigers to the Blue Devils 1. For my awesome crew of Eliza Eggers and Mr. John Redden, I'm Michael Langston. The next Blue Devil volleyball game, it's a home game on Thursday. They will play Crossroads Check it out right here on YouTube starting at 4:30 on that Thursday for JV, 5:30 at Varsity. If you're a Hancock fan joining us, your next game, it's a home game down at the Tiger Dome versus Valmeyer, Illinois. Thursday the 18th, Varsity, you play at 5. Once again, I'm Michael Langston, alongside the awesome crew of Eliza Eggers and Mr. John Redden. We will see you all next time.